Hello, YouTube. Beanie from the bedroom here, your guitar junkie. I figured I'd just do a rundown. It's not a review or anything like that of what I do when I get a new guitar in. I had received this one and that one today. I from Harley Benton, Tomans, I should say, Harley Benton guitars. Um, I can't ever get to a video without messing something up. It's amazing. So I believe I ordered this. I think it was on Sunday. I ordered these on Sunday, the two of them. And of course, with the holiday being on Monday, UPS delivered it today, or delivered them today. And I just figured I'd just show you a quick run through of what I do when I, take them out of the box right away. First thing I do is these aren't the glasses I use. I put on a higher prescription readers, and what I literally do is I just look over the whole guitar. I just look at everything. I make sure everything's lined up. The pickups are set not right with the neck and the bridge and the whole bit. And I'm looking for any scratches or nicks or dings or any imperfections, any sloppy stuff. The only thing I noticed with this right away is that the bridge wasn't leveled with the neck. The higher wound strings was much too high, so it was going like that with the neck like that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to level it with the neck. The other thing is that the toggle switches are always loose. And the other thing is that the jacks are always loose. So after I look it over, give it the once over, what I do is, if it's got locking tuners, which this one's got, I just make sure that they're nice and snug. A lot of times they'll put these in at the factory. Which these are wound, and they shouldn't be, because it's a locking Grover tuner. You put the string in, you pull it, you tighten it up, you put it in tune, you snap, you cut the end of the string off. There's about a wound and almost a half on all of them, and that's just crazy. What I've done in the past, because these are Diodario strings, again, another mistake, and I don't want to change them right away. What I'll do is I'll loosen it up, and I'll untighten the back, or loosen the back, pull the string where it should be, tighten it, tune it, and then snip it off. Only because that defeats the whole locking tuning process. So I make sure they're nice and snug, and then I tune it up. I've already tuned it up, and then I check the intonation on my tuner. And the only thing, I'm getting ahead of myself. Every time I get a guitar, it's normally down tuned, a half a step. This was tuned up a step. It was tuned up to a full F. So I had to bring it back down to an E, and I had to level the bridge first of all. Then I had to tune it to an E. Then I had to only set the intonation on the D string, and the D string alone. And of course, I had to tighten up the jack, and I had to tighten up the toggle. Now, once I tighten up the toggle, because I'm tightening it, this tends to turn. And as it's turning, I like it on this angle. I don't like it up and down. Because you see me when I'm playing a lot of the times, I hit it by mistake. So I want the angle of my arm, the pitch of my arm, and I want this to go in that direction, not this way. Because then I'll hit it, and then I got to hit it again, because I didn't get it all the way up. I never used the middle, unless I'm playing something clean. Then what I use, the tools I use, I don't really like these all-in-one tools, but sometimes it's a necessity. What I do use is I just use a nice straight Phillips, a nice small, thin flathead, 12mm socket, and because I don't have the proper tool for this, it's got a little gouge on each side where a tool will go in and tighten it. I just use these banana shaped needle nose pliers. Ever so lightly, I grab it and I just tighten it. And as I'm tightening it, I'm going to turn it anyway, where at the desired spot. And I leave it at that. And I make sure that I don't strip, I don't twist it or slip, because I don't want to strip the nut. If I just see that, you know, I could be so anal sometimes. I'd have to change that nut if I saw that, if it looks sloppy, because that's how crazy I can get sometimes. You know, so I'm checking the neck, I'm checking everything else, I'm going up and down, I'm just making sure everything is good, I'm making sure that everything looks good, I don't see any imperfections, no scratches, no dings, nothing like that. I did think that this was spray painted black on the F note, like the Telecaster, but it's not. So that's something that I believe I will do, just get a spray paint and get a you know, the little tube on the end and tape this up really good and spray that, because I just think it looks so much better when it's black, like that one on the inside. So those are the tools I use. That's the once over that I use with it. And then again, it's already plugged in initially, because I set the tuning. The body on this just seems to be ever so slightly bigger than their Harley Benton SC 550 Deluxe 2 LP guitars. Just a little bit, by like a half an inch or so around. Looking down at it, it reminds me of a 335, but not as wide and bulky. I can get around it, I can hug it, I can play it. And then I start with wherever it's at. I use the volume and the tone. This one has a coil tap, so I do that. You can hear as soon as you split the pickup, the volume just drops down on it. You know, then after I'm done working on it, I give it, it's really one-time wipe down. Still got some dust in here. With a nice soft cloth, get all the dust off of it and get off the little, you know, styrofoam bits. And I only wipe it down once. I used to wipe them down religiously, and again, be super crazy with it, but I'm trying to you know, calm that down. And then you know, what I do is I just start with the, you know, from here. You can see that my right arm is fighting to keep up with my left hand.